Welcome everyone to a guided tour of Zoo Sicily with your zoo guide, Rudy. That is me. Today we are going to take ourselves a drink. If you don't have one, grab one now while we are flying over the entrance plaza and have a little look at our wombats over here. We are going to have a tour today, fully pre-filmed by the wonderful cinematic tour. And we are going to have a look at what we've created so far in this, I should say, beautiful zoo. While we fly over the platypus here, we go to the other side and maybe we get a glimpse of the wonderful koala. Remember the last time we've been in here? I dearly missed out on them, but no, we can actually spot one sitting on this wonderful log over there. It's actually been a pleasure to film this. I've watched the flyover a couple of times to see if everything worked fine. And this tool just gives me so much freedom. I put in a bit of atmospheric music, and I hope you can actually get with me in some holiday vibes, because in fact I am on holiday right now. This is one of my pre-filmed things for you, and I really hope you are enjoying this tour so far. So we made a little circle around here on the entrance plaza and gonna make our way through the zoo right now. I actually tried to make a little tour and it kind of worked out pretty well. I was surprised myself. So we are actually going for a little bit here to the African habitat, I want to call this, with some meerkats and some aardwalks in here. Gonna have a glimpse of that in a second as well, but for the moment we just turn around to see what is behind us, and we will be greeted by a little jumpy jump wallaby over here coming our way. And there should also be some cassowaries in here, but I think they're hiding from us at this point. Flying over to just have a little look down to the river. We don't actually make our way down to the river. We are lazy this time, because that means we need to get up the hill again, and I'm just, lazy right now. And I want to better fly up here and get into more of this central area around the winery we built relatively early on into the project, and I'm still super happy with the winery. We will get a good shot of this in a couple of minutes, but then we will get to one of the latest integrations to the zoo from the latest pack, and this is just something really cool. This habitat over here just really fulfilled my dreams of making a transparent bridge. With the mods now it's possible, and I'm just super happy with how with the porcupine worked out. Then we get a little glimpse of the river. You can see some of the otters in this frame. If you haven't, you might skip back. I do agree it's maybe a little fast here and there, so if you do not spot the animals, you have to skip back. Give me the retention and also give you the, pleasing animal footage. But I'm gonna guide you further. We're going to make a little corner here to the left hand side, meandering around the wonderful habitat of the porcupines, as said, and we are going to make our way to the gorilla and red river hawk area, which we squeezed in before we will then meet our giant pandas in a second. I totally forgot if anything is on camera. Oh, you've seen actually a gorilla jump, so that was on camera in fact. So here we go. You can have a little glimpse into the habitat. I'm still quite happy with this habitat, even though I'm not entirely happy with the viewing opportunities that exist for this one. But the habitat itself is relatively beautiful, and I think sometimes it is just okay to leave it the way it is. And also with our little drone function over here, we can have a bit of a better view. We do also turn around to see the other side. Theoretically, they could lean on there and have a little sleep on this platform, but they don't at the moment. And now we meander a little further into the olive yard over here, and you can see there's a panda sleeping on this little hill just in front of us. Very neat. We are gonna make our way here through that lovely bridge. Really still in love with that bridge, and also I love this area, passing by one of Omi's wonderful education boards. Turning around one more time to see if we can catch a panda on the other side as well, but I think the second one was sleeping as well. So as it is in zoos, you do not always catch all of the animals because, well, they're not there, But again, another glimpse of one of the vertical education boards. Really big fan of those, Omi. Thanks, by the way, if you're watching. So, community integrations are a thing, and I love it. And yeah, we are now flying by the panther, the black panther and the jaguar. I'm not entirely sure if you can see that in the shot. I did it twice, and in the first one we had the absolute perfect situation over here. But I do remember that once we are swinging by now into the indoor section, there is one lying in this, and actually my favorite spot. This is actually one of my favorite habitats I've ever done. This beautiful indoor section, as you can see, there's one lying down on the carpet. It's hard to tell, but this was exactly the idea. With this little, yeah, it's not really a pool, it's a little bottom of water, which gives you the feeling as if they are living in the same area as you are, so really immersive. And then going down here in that little, yeah, what is that? It's not like a hole or a cave, but from this cave you can see the jaguars dive eventually. There's one jaguar in the background drinking. That is something I haven't spotted earlier, but there's the black panther actually drinking. But we are turning around and have a little glimpse of the very latest things we added. So there is the fennec fox and the sand cat we added just about last 2 weeks or so. Yeah, really happy and really pleased with how they turned out. We are missing the terrace at the end of this section. It's not fully done yet, but it's gonna be integrated in this area. But I think I made just quite a very clever camera movement here to avoid showing you the bare bone area. You can tell it a little over here, but it's you know, it's fine. Then we're flying by real quick by the cats. Not sure if we can catch any of those. They might actually be in their burrow. But this is how that area turned out, and as I said, I'm very happy. And you know what we're doing right now? Before I talk you further, I need to nip a little on my tea. And yes, it's summer and I got a tea. I just want to bring all my forces together to not get sick before going on holidays, because that's my standard. You know, whenever I go on holidays, I have to be sick the first days. I want to avoid this time around, but it's going to be a hard challenge. Yeah, flying by one of the nice plazas we have everywhere throughout the zoo. This is where people can just sit down, get a little pause, get a little break, you know, maybe let the children run away a little for a moment and you know, catch your breath. And then we are flying through a little bit of an unfinished and hilly area here. Very much into the winery. As promised, we will have a better look at the winery. On the left-hand side, we have some of the small exhibits inside of these barrels. I'm still a big fan of this idea. Some of the staff buildings nicely hidden. We are basically in the backstage area where the tour, the guided tour, would be going into the winery area. Or into the vineyards, I should say. And this is where the restaurant is. The restaurant is still one of my favorite buildings in this entire zoo. It just, you know, with all the little quirks and little things over here. This is, you know, the self-service, as you can see, with all the plates and, yeah, some herbs, some spices and stuff that people can take, and some other barrel variants of the exhibits just next to where you're sitting. Very nice little look into the mixed habitat of aardvarks and meerkats. And obviously there's also another little plaza really focusing on the Mediterranean lifestyle, having a lot of plazas, but also most of them with a lot of shade and possible shade, because it's hot in summer, you know, you want to have that. And people can always enjoy this area with the meerkats and the aardvarks, as they are also family favorites, and kids can spend a million years looking at meerkats, as my daughter can do too. So she even named them, so that's always better. But yeah, then going from one of the least exciting animals to one of the most exciting animals per se, to the Lion Colosseum over here. As much as I love it, in my head I'm debating still if that's a fit. I might actually do a little bit of a refurbishment of that one at the end. I still want to maintain this Colosseum, or like, it's not a Colosseum, it's like a theater look, but yeah, maybe I'm gonna put that more into the realistic area rather than the Sicily starting big area. Not sure how to call that, but yeah. Flying over here, we will now go through the well, how to call that, the butterfly incline. Can we call it that way? The park. Also, that's a very nice shot now with the butterfly over here. Look at that, I love it. You can't plan that obviously, because you never know when exactly you'll hit here, but it's looking pretty damn cool. And I think it was a very good idea to combine the incline to the plateau with actually these wonderful walkthrough habitats, and very much put it in as if that would be the area where all the butterflies and little critters would live naturally, and we just left it there as it is, you know, it's not per se a zoo. Yeah, now we will have a little glimpse of the hyenas. It's separated by that ditch from the lions. they wouldn't get along too well if they could, you know, share the habitat. But this is where the hyenas are. To the right-hand side, we originally had the saltwater crocodile mod in here, but as of now, it's the new rhino in as a placeholder. But this is the African penguin habitat, still a very nice penguin habitat. Really love it. The water bottom is maybe a tad bit too big though, but as we know, they need quite some space to do the diving. Yeah, we've got a bit of an education stage over there, and then flying by, as said, there are the rhinos in this habitat for the moment, which was originally made for the saltwater crocodile. That's why it's also a little bit too tiny for the rhinos, but whatever. This one over here is the seal area. I forgot which one. I think this is the Mediterranean monk seal on the left-hand side. We do have a fantastic viewpoint over here where you can actually look into the vast fields of the Sicilian area. Very nice. To the right hand side, I think there's the normal seal, and straight up ahead is the sea lion, and we will get two absolutely fantastic shots now. That was super coincidental, but it looks fantastic, as you can see now. There is a monk seal, or a couple of monk seals swimming by over here in this underground view, and as we turn around, we will actually also catch a sea lion swimming by. It's unfortunate, it's not the perfect animation, but it's almost perfect. There's like a little, you know, that kind of little glitch in there. If that wouldn't have been here, that would have been a perfect shot. But yeah, flying now straight through that wonderful, beautiful alley into the area where we have the iguanas and also our lemurs. They are all living in here. Yet another plaza. As I said, I spent a lot of time putting some plazas in again, or should I say piazza? I think maybe that's the better word for that. But yeah, this is one of the coolest buildings in terms of the Romanesque style we went for, with this kind of repurposed building that could also be for educational purposes, or like for, I don't know, institutions could be in here. But this is now our lemur house, which I still think turned out absolutely beautiful with all the things we used. It's still a pity that, you know, the climbing and stuff is also a bit glitchy here and there, but all over, I think this building turned out wonderful. Really a fan, how it all looks, how it feels, and I can't wait to see when everything is just put in place. And, you know, I'm not sure what the next updates of this game will bring, but maybe they will bring some more stuff that we can utilize in this area, you know, to finish up this nature there. Yeah, making a little bit of a ground scratch over here, turning around up the area, which is already the end, because that's been it, guys. That's been Zoo Sicily for the moment. There are quite some empty spots we will tackle in the next month, but I'm optimistic that this game, or like this zoo, is quite, you know, doable to be able to be finished and made into a wonderful and my best zoo ever. It's quite interesting to say these words after having had a project for over 3 years that's called Yosemite Valley. But with all the knowledge from Yosemite Valley, I think together with you guys in the community, we created something absolutely perfect. And I really do hope you watched the video. If you just skipped here and you didn't, maybe you want to just watch the video again to give me the retention, because I basically did everything wrong about YouTube. I just made this chill, relaxed video with chilly music without any jump cuts or whatnot. So basically this video should do crap, but maybe it didn't and you liked it, and I would really be happy about a comment if you did like it. But for now, that's that. Enjoy your time, have a wonderful day, and goodbye.